All right, good morning, everyone. Morning, Karen. Good morning, Linda, Miss Kay, Joffiel, Danielle, Darren Hunt. Good morning, everyone. But I'm going to be working with flowers today because I just feel like I just want a bit of a bit calm. Hi, Joey. I'm going to start, if I can, with Karen Berry. So, Karen, you've got the lower strife. Isn't that pretty? And it is a purple lowest strife orchid. It's a wild orchid. And the affirmation is, I accept my deep connection with everything around me. But that beautiful purple flower is for your spirituality. It's not much bigger than the grass looks. So I know it's one that is hidden in the woodlands, but it is a beautiful purple flower. And in the center of it, just there where my finger is a little bee. So the bees love this flower. But also, as I see the grasses are growing around it, it's protective energy. And this is what I feel you need a bit of protection this morning. I've also got a pain in my head. So I know either you've got a headache or you understand where I'm saying to you, Karen Berry, you have either got a headache yourself or you have someone in the spirit world that had problems with their head. Okay. I feel with you, I need to lift your vibration up a bit. It's like I'm down in the dumps at the minute. Maybe it's from the headaches, or maybe it is just from things that are out of your control. I have a lovely big sign and it said, love it, love you. So you've got to start to love yourself a bit more. There's also a sense of belonging with you, because I have a lovely lady here with you. And this lady, when she was on the earth plane, she would have been a strong individual that loved to do things for her family. She's just doing everything in her power to make you feel better about yourself. There is also a sense with you that there's just a need to slow it down a bit, because there is so much going on in your life that you don't know whether you're coming or going. And this lady is so much like you. Everything is going round in circles, coming and going, doing things in our own. And I know she is so much with you. I'm seeing her in her kitchen, but she's not cooking. She's just sitting at a table. And I feel she's contemplating what to do next. And I think this is what you need at the moment, to sit in the quiet and contemplate what you're going to do next. I know it is time for you to get going. You know the changes are coming. And I want to say May. May the name, May for changes to happen around you. I also feel as well that there's lots and lots of memories that you have in your life that you wish you could change your life the same way as they did. I've also got a gentleman with you, and the gentleman with you, Karen, is not got a lot of hair on his head. I do feel naval connections. I do know that he was strong in the mind and strong in the body until his latter part of his life, and he couldn't walk very well. He was a bit doddery. I am given the name of John with this gentleman, and I know that John is either May's husband or he is her son, because I know this gentleman is with her as well. He's showing me his garden full of flowers, and I know he loved to do flowers for this, but I know this gentleman with you is so much important in your life. She loved her family and he loved his family, and he just wanted to say that there's a lot going on in your life at the moment. that the changes, when they come, it will hit you and you will know you're on the right track. Use the flower, the lost strife, as a reminder that you are ready for the next step, which is forward. Okay. I'm also given for you some beautiful daffodils. The daffodils are that beautiful yellow. And I always say, when I get that beautiful yellow, always go with your gut feelings. I know the changes are there, and the colors of the rainbow are given to you with love. So take that love that is given to you, and can I say thank you for working with me? Miss Kay, let's have you now, please. Miss Kay. I'll try and get as many as I can this morning. I'm only doing one pack of cards. Oh, this is the nasturtium. Can you see the lovely colour? Miss Kay, this is your colour. And this is the nasturtium. The nasturtium, the affirmation is, I go with the flow and harness the dynamic life force within. So this means you've got to find yourself within yourself. It's like your infinite goal is to find you and move forward. Because once you can move forward, then we found the true Miss Kay. Because Miss Kay, you are ready for the next step, which is onwards and upwards. I feel with you as well, sweetheart, that there's a need to get my eyes tested. So you've either got a blurred vision or eyes tested, but whatever it is, they're saying to you, it's time to open your mind to new possibilities. Courage needed around you at the moment. So I don't know whether someone is poorly or someone is just going through a difficult patch, or whether it's you yourself. But I know that I need to give you all the love from the spirit world. I have a lovely lady, and this is for Miss Kay. You've got blurred vision. That is what they were showing me. Sweetheart, I've got this lady with you. And this lady, she comes forward. I don't know whether her name was Nancy or there's a Nancy around you, but she's also given me as well the name of Peggy. So I know there's a Peggy and a Nancy around you. I'm shown here a table full of goodies, and it's all set out for a party. So maybe you have going on a party or doing something in a party, birthday coming up, but I can see this table and it's full. She would always, whenever there was a birthday, she would make things for the birthday party. She is so solid in her thinking that she's bringing you all this love. Miss Kay, she's saying to you, you have to follow your dreams, but the only way you can follow your dreams is by being open to them. But you have to make that choice yourself. Know at the end of the day, whatever is happening around you, it will happen at its own time. But you have to know at the end of the day that it's up to you. I want to say also that I have a gentleman with you. And this gentleman, as he comes forward, he's just straightened his collar, straightened his tie. He's off to church, I feel. I feel that he was very, very much into his church. I don't know whether he was a preacher or whether he was somebody that just loved to listen to the sermons. But it gives me Robert, maybe known as Bob, and he also gives me as well the name of Michael. So I know they are there with you every step of the way. Just take things in your stride, he's saying to you. Know at the end of the day that it's all up to you. You have to find you. And by looking inside yourself, deep inside, you will see who you are. I want to know how far you've come on your spiritual journey, because if you haven't started yet, it's time to move forward. They're showing me purple, the color purple, and that purple is given to you to help you to become more spiritual yourself. Always know at the end of the day, your family who is with you. I am given a lovely, lovely bouquet of white roses. White roses mean to me always. So your family is with you always. So take this time to look for you. And once you find you, start your journey. I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Linda Scanlon, let's choose you a card, please. Linda Scanlon, you've got the lovely primrose, one of the first flowers of spring. And your affirmation is, I awaken to my full potential. And as I look at this flower, right in the corner where my finger is the most beautiful violet. So I know violets and the primroses are growing together. And these are wild primroses. Linda, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. There's 8 primroses here and 1 violet. So the name of violet, the primroses signify early life, early beginnings. But I know I want to give you this because I feel you need that at the moment. I feel an upliftment needed. But once that upliftment is given, then you will see where your next step is. Okay. I know the significance in the primrose is for the starting of your new path. Your pathway is changing, and the more it's changing, the more enlightened you are coming. I hope you've started your pathway and gone into your own, spiritual journey, because I see your pathway, it is now closing in. So you're now going forward. As I say to everybody who's starting their pathway, read the book, The Celestine Prophecy. That tells you there's no such thing as a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. And then The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. That book tells you you can overcome anything which you desire. Linda, I have a lady with you. This lady with you is very small. So I want to say she either was losing her stature, because I felt she was going over a bit. I know with you, sweetheart, this lady would be a grandmother or a mother. She was a lady that gave a lot of herself. She loved to be outside, to feel the sun on her face. But the latter part of her life, she couldn't get out into the sun. She's showing me the lovely sunflower. She loves sunflowers, and this is what she's showing me as sunflowers. She's saying about knowing how far you've come on your own journey. And she's saying that life doesn't always hold you back. It's you that holds yourself back. She says, I'm in a better place now, Linda. I'm given Margaret, Mary, and also Jean. So I know those names are important around you, or they were hers. But she's saying here, don't take on too much. Do your own thing. I've got a gentleman now with you, and this gentleman, as he comes forward, glasses, short hair. I feel he always used to keep his hair short. I felt he was in the army, and this is where he got to keeping his hair short. I know this gentleman is his dad or granddad. I'm given the name of Richard. I'm given also John. So I know this gentleman is very much with you. I know there's so much with you, sweetheart, but you need, as he's saying, to take things more in board for you. He said he would love to talk to you again, but until you pass where you're going next, then we will do the best we can. Maybe get a book and write down questions. And the first thing that comes into your mind, use that. Because that's perfection, knowing you, showing you. Hello. I know, sweetheart, there's a lot going on, but you need to start to believe that you can do it. She's just given me, it's she and he. They're talking and they've just brought you some beautiful red roses. And the red roses mean to me that it's perfect love. So your parents loved you to pieces. So please take that love. And can I say thank you for working with me? Right. Can I come to Terry Bonacaslo? Terry, let's come to you. Terry Bonacasio. You've got the sickleman. Look at that beautiful flower. We've got two lovely flowers and one just coming in. As I see this flower, I see you opening up your life to possibilities. And the affirmation is, I dare to be honest and speak my own truth. And this is the flower for you, Terry. Can you see it? It's beautiful. The beautiful pink is mother love or maternal love, which would be mother's side. And it also means family. So family and mother or grandmother are coming in for you. Terry, there is changes afoot, but the changes only come when you're ready. I see houses all in a line, and I feel this lady lived in a house along a long street. She's with you, bringing you so much love. This lady loved to cook. She's showing me making cakes, and I can see her mixing a big mixing bowl. And I know she would have given you the bowl to lick when she'd finished. She's putting the cakes in 2 tins and got them into the oven. So she's either making a sponge cake or she's making a birthday cake. I know there's anniversaries coming up now, but this lady with you, I told you, is either mum or grandma. She was a lady that gave so much of herself. And I know when she was on this earth plane, she would give you all her best dreams and focusing more. Sweetheart, I'm given Pearl, Dorothy, and Mary. And as she settles down to finish the cake, I have a gentleman that's come into the kitchen. The gentleman is here with you, and he brings you a lovely, lovely bowl of, I felt it was strawberries. So he used to grow strawberries, and you loved your strawberries. They always tasted better straight out of the garden. He was a gentleman. He's given me the name of Joe, and he's also given me as well the name of, I thought he said Jack, so I know they're around you. He's saying here that you have to start to believe that you can do things again. So you have to be more open to your own self, your inner self. I'm hearing also singing. So I know this gentleman used to sing, and I can hear him singing, "Oh, what a beautiful morning." And he's got a lovely tenor voice. And he's singing to the radio, which is playing in the kitchen. And I know your mum or your grandmother absolutely loved to hear him sing. And you can hear it. "Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day." So I feel that would be one of your early memories. So I just want to say to you, always go with your gut feeling. Take the strawberries that are being given you and the lovely song. So can I leave that with you and say thank you for working with me? Can I talk to Tony Coppins, please? Right, Tony Coppins. Your flower is the marsh orchid. Isn't that beautiful? It's not much bigger than the grasses, so it lives within the fields. Again, the bees and the butterflies love this lovely flower. And your affirmation is, I love and honor the earth of which I am part. So I know with you, Tony, that you love Mother Earth and you are very much within nature. But this lovely flower, that perfect white, is for your inner spirit. And I know that you have been feeling a bit down and out. And it's because of things that have happened in the last few months. Maybe bullying at work or something else that is happening around you. But I know at the end of the day, you have to trust in yourself and show others that you just need, just for a moment or two, just to bring the past into focus and show yourself that you are ready now to move forward and find you. I have a lady here with you, and this lady, she's small, when I want to say about 5'3", 5'4". She was the lady that had 2 jobs. She was the lady that always gave the best she could. She was the lady that always did whatever she could to help family. She was also always walking, so I can see her walking everywhere. She loved to take in the fresh air. She was a lady that always knew exactly what it is bullying, was it, Lovey? Because I know this is what the lady's saying. Stand up for yourself. Let them not see they are hurting you, because you have to put that magic mirror in front of yourself, and that magic mirror returns all negativity to the giver. So I want you to start to believe that you can do things. The lady with me, she's given me Margaret, Dorothy, and she's also given me June. She's saying about knowing how far you've come and be proud of yourself. She's also showing me her garden. She loved her garden. And I feel her husband and her would often spend the weekends in the garden, making sure everything was right. She also used to make pies, because she's showing me a lovely apple pie. And I feel her husband grew the apples. So he would go and get her some apples and she would make a belly at home. Oh, right, sweetheart. How terrible is that? But then again, as I said to you, get yourself a mirror, imaginary mirror in front of you, so the negativity can push away. All right? But the lady with you is very much part and parcel of your life, and she's just saying how much she loved you. So whether you are in a rest home to stay there or you're in a rest home working, always turn away. I know now the gentleman I have with you, he's given me the name of Joe. And I know this man was very much part and parcel of your growing up. He's telling me that he was able to grow the apples for the pies. And I know this gentleman and lady looked after you. Sweetheart, I've just been given, again, some lovely daffodils. The daffodils go with your gut feeling. Always make sure that you know where you're going next. But I know at the end of the day that life is for you, is for living. Take the love that's been given, and I want to say to you, take things easy. All things happen for a reason. So I'm going to leave you with that and say to you, God bless you. Right. Davy Jones, are you still here? Davy Jones? Are you still here, Davy Jones? Can you let me know? Otherwise, I go on to the next person. Ian Fawcett, are you still here? It's a bit slow at the minute, this StreamYard, isn't it? You're welcome, Tony. Right. Ian Fawcett, are you still here? And also, as I said, Davy Jones. All right, Ian. You've got the lycris. It's very much like a, you know, like a lovely carnation. But I want to give you this flower. Ian, your affirmation is, I deserve exuberance and joy in my life. I know as I look at this lovely red flower, we have the bees on it. So I know it's attracting bees, but I feel you as well are very much a person that loves nature. I know as I'm talking to you, I feel a sense of loss with you at the moment. So whether you've lost your way or you've lost somebody close to you, but I just feel that sense of loss. I know as I'm talking to you, sweetheart, I want to give you a lovely lady that passed over quite suddenly. I'm hearing the song suddenly, so I know that she loved music. This would be a mum or a grandma. I feel this lady, she always had your well-being in hand. And she brings me her kitchen full of all the different appliances. She had her food mixer. She got things because she thought she could use them, and half the time she didn't. I feel you had a lot of clearing up after she passed. Sweetheart, she gives me Doreen. She's just given me Jenny. And she's just given me also the name of Maggie. So I know they're connected around you. She's saying here that you have struggled quite a lot into your life, but you have started to come out of it by finding your spirituality. She's saying, I have to give you a lovely, lovely big hug from her to let you know that she's around you. She's also brought you a lovely, lovely Bakewell tart. She said you like Bakewell tarts. She's very much a lady that gave a lot of herself to others. With her is a gentleman, and I feel this is your father. Naval connections, very much like to show people her inner strength with him. So this is either her husband or her brother. Just saying to you that he loved to be outside on the seafront. And he's showing me the statue in the middle. And I feel it is, the one that beat Wellington. I don't know, but she and he are together in the garden. And they're showing me things that you would have seen as a boy. So I know this gentleman and lady absolutely adored you. Ian, I am given John, Albert, and also Peter. And they're just saying to you, continue with your spirituality. You will find the true meaning of life. And I told you I've been given that Bakewell tart, especially for you, with lots of custard. So take it with love, okay, Ian? So thank you for working with me. Can I speak to Joey Bard, please? You've got the violet. So violet the name, or violet that beautiful flower. The purple is for you and your love of nature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 6 petals, and these 6 petals mean the 6th month, so that is June. So look to June when things will change around you. Your affirmation is, I embrace the possibility of sharing my life with others. You're a person that gives a lot of yourself, but sometimes I feel you need some alone time, some time to reflect on past, but also reflect on you. It's like you're in the middle of a confrontation with yourself. So I don't know whether you are fighting a losing battle against your inner self and you. It's like life has made you mistrust people. So whether the mistrust comes from not knowing who you are, but I feel on a spiritual level, you are ready to move forward. I know as I'm talking to you, Joey, that I have a lady with you, and this lady is mum or grandma. This lady used to smoke number 6. She's showing me the packet, and I can see it with a number 6 on it. And I know that she also loved to be outside, because she's showing me outside. And she's got a chair outside and a small table. And she would often, when she was outside, she would peel her potatoes outside when it was sunny weather. She would also do her other vegetables, and everything would be ready so that she could go straight in and cook. And she had an enamel bowl. So all the vegetables went into this enamel bowl. And then the peelings would go down to the compost. She was a lady that she was very strong in her mind. She was a lady that gave up a lot for her family. I'm given the names of Pearl. I'm also given Audrey, and I'm given also Dorothy. So those 3 names were important either around you or around the lady. She loved to experiment with her cooking and would often make soups and stews of her own making. She would take bits and pieces out of the garden, like a leek. She'd take a beetroot. She would take an onion. You know, she just took one and she would make it into whatever it was. And I know as she's cooking, it would always be fulfilling. And she's shown me a farmhouse loaf. So she used to make bread. And you would always get with your soups and stews a lovely slice of bread. She's shown me her dresser, and on her dresser are plates. And I feel they were bought for her, and lots of ornaments that were bought for her. And I feel she either had a stroke on the right-hand side or she had an embolism, because she just put a quick pain straight through my head on the right-hand side. She's saying here she didn't like fancy things. So anything fancy when she was cooking was not on. And she had a B-row cookbook, and she would use that as her Bible. I've also got a gentleman with you, and this gentleman was in the Navy, and he loved to stand on the beach. He loved to look for things. And I know that he was father or grandfather. He's shown me walking down the promenade, and he would buy himself a dish of cockles. He used to stand and eat those and then carry on his way. And I feel you as a youngster, you would have been a youngster when he was around. I know this gentleman's very much a father or a grandfather. But I know this is a memory for you more than anything else. I'm given Harold. I'm given John. And I'm given Nathan. So Joey, they are around you or family. I've just been told to give you a kick in the backside because you're not doing what you had to do. He's saying here, always, always remember you are important. And he's just given me a beautiful iris. It's quite a big iris. It's purple. And the purple iris, or the name of iris, is with you. So I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Jessica Espinosa. Jessica. Jessica, you've got the mallow. And it is a lovely spreading flower that moves along hedgerows. Jessica, this colour also is this lovely purple. We have the green and the pink with this lovely flower. And I want to say to you, Jessica, you have to approach your daily routine with passion. Jessica, there's a lot going on in your life at the moment where you don't seem to find a way forward. But I want to say, once you find your way, there'll be no stopping you. I have a lady with you that often used to wear her hair in plaits. She had long hair, and I want to say it's either grandmother or mother. She was a lady that always stuck to her guns with things that were happening around her. Excuse me a minute, let me wet my whistle. This lady gives me the name of Maria. And I also want to give you the name of Constance or Connie. They're connected around you. She was a lady that loved to sew because she's showing me sewing. She's saying about how much time you wished you could go back into time because she's bringing you so much love from the spirit world. She's just saying to you, always stick to your guns. Don't let anybody else dissuade you to do anything else. I've also got another lady with you. And this lady was a lady that used to make cakes, trifles, and she would also make as well all the sweet things in life, because this is what she liked to do. I'm giving Hilda and Helen, so I know they're connected around you. So the two ladies are working together in the kitchen. They're doing things not to only help you, but also to help themselves. But I want to give you a beautiful red peony for perfect love. And because you haven't come back to me, you're going to have to look back on this one. I'm going to say thank you for working with me. Can I talk to Harry Franklin, please? Harry Franklin. And you've got the oxeye daisy. Isn't that pretty? Like the lovely... Can you see that? The lovely daisy. Harry, you must remember the buttercups and daisies that were in the fields where you used to play. Can you see the oxeye daisy? It's only a small daisy that lives in the middle of the lawns. And your affirmation is, beyond resistance, I find my own bliss. I just feel with you, Harry, that I want to take you back to your beginnings when you was a young boy, and the way you used to like to play cricket, you used to like to play football, you like to just be there with your friends. And seeing the daisies is like going back with that flower. Oh, you've just said that, memories. But I feel you and your friends would often just do things and try and help your best. You've already got a lovely, lovely lady with you. And this lady, she comes forward. I don't know what relationship she is to you because she's not telling me. But the lady is, and she gives me Ruth, the name Ruth. And also, I want to give you also Jackie, and I also want to give you the name of Anne. She's just saying that being outside in her garden was a joy. And she loved the patch at the bottom of the garden, what was left to nature. And she had lovely, lovely poppies in there, as well as all the daisies and the buttercups and everything. She's just taking you back to that time when you would like to go down the garden with her. As she comes back, she's just made you a sandwich, bread and jam. And I know that you like that. She also used to make you toast, and I can smell the toast cooking. She's saying about you always having a affinity with nature. She's saying here, everything seemed to show you that you were strong in every way. I know as she's talking to me, sweetheart, she's saying that she's in a happy place now. And I know you would recognize that. Was it you that was poorly as a child? And they thought you would pass over? And did you go over the Rainbow Bridge to come back again? because I'm just seeing it was either you or someone in your family that wasn't their time or your time. There is a lot of memories coming for you. Hi, Wayne. But I know at the end of the day, Harry, it's all about you. You taking things on your chin. I have a gentleman with you, and this gentleman I feel is either a father or a grandfather. I know there is so much going on in your life, but you need to remember who this man is. I know there is so much going on with this gentleman. He's showing me all the things like train sets. He's showing me walking, looking at the trains. He's showing me, and I feel this is dad or granddad. Harry is giving me Henry. He has given me John, and he's just given me Peter. And he's just said to say to you, don't stop reminiscing of past, because the past is what made you. He has given me a little tiny car. You know those little cars you used to get, the Matchbox? He's given me it of a fire engine. So maybe he was a fireman, or you understand why he's giving you the lovely fire engine. What I want to say to you, Harry, get on your pathway, find you, and move forward. All right, sweetheart, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Can I come to Fiona Rosen, please? Fiona, are you still here? Right. Fiona, are you still here? Fiona Rosen? And this is it's called the Syrinth Creativity. And it is an orchid. It is of the orchid family. You see that beautiful purple? This is just beautiful, the way the purple is there with the green. I know as I talk to you, I want to give you so much love from the spirit world. And it says, I am willing to find new ways to express my creativity. But it's called the Syrinth. And it's spelt Ceringthe. So you can Google it and see the meaning for yourself. But I know, as I'm talking to you, that I feel you're a bit on the side where you don't care a damn whatever's next. But I want to say to you, you have to take care of you. There is a sense of valuing yourself, showing you that you have so much more to give. I know with you also is the time of change, but that change comes because you are going to now want to make those changes. Be aware that things around you are not always as they seem. I have a lady with you, and this lady, as she's with you, is showing me her kitchen cupboards. And I know that she loved to make the changes in her kitchen. And I can see her with a pot of paint, and she's painting the kitchen doors. because she wanted the change. She was a lady that took a lot on board. She loved family, and she's saying that she just wanted, just for a short time, just to say to you, never ever take things in a different part where you should be. She's saying also, when she did her cooking, she would make changes to the recipes to make it more tastier or better. She was a lady that just loved to change. She would also make cushion covers out of old curtains or old dresses. And she would always make things differently. She just said, I've got to give you the name of Rose. I've got to give you Catherine or Kath. And I also want to give you Jean as well. As she steps aside, I've got a gentleman here now. And this gentleman was, you're like that, are you? Okay. The gentleman with you, he was a gentleman that took quite a pride in himself. He always dressed properly. The only time he was scruffy was when he was in his garden. But it wasn't a dirty scruff, it was just a scruff. He's saying here he had to tie up his sweet peas, and he's just got some string and he's tying up the sweet peas along a trellis. The smell of them is so, so lovely. Fiona, it gives me the name of William, maybe known as Bill. It also gives me as well the name of John. And he's just given me the name of Paul as well. So I know whatever you do in life, he has been your inspiration. I know there's a lot going on in your life, sweetheart. But you have to start to believe that you can do things again. But I know, this gentleman is very much with you, as is the lady. And they're just bringing you all that love from the spirit world. But I know at the end of the day, it's about you. And I'm given a beautiful cyclamen in a pot. And that's for spring and new beginnings. And just remember this, it's all about you, nobody else. All right, sweetheart. I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Right, can I come to Catherine Ross, please? Well, don't doubt yourself. You've got the gift. Do it. Use it. Catherine Ross. Are you still here, Catherine Ross? Can you let me know if you're here? Catherine Ross. Okay, sweetheart, let's get you your card. Well, you've got the wild carrot. That lovely flower. It's like lace, isn't it? So pretty. And the affirmation is, my vulnerability is my greatest strength. So my vulnerability is my greatest strength. And this flower is so small, it's hardly seen. but the wild carrot is vulnerable to pests. So this is what I wanted to give you. And that lovely, lovely lacy effect is about the spirit within. I am told here that you have got so much strength and so much love from everybody else. And I know that you have a long way to walk. And I know as I'm talking to you, it's saying, when I walk in my brother's shoes, I will receive the strength I need. Makes sense, Catherine? So you have to walk in your brother's shoes to help to make you into that better person. I have a lady with you, and this lady, as she comes forward, I feel the name of Anne or Anna with her, and I also feel Margaret, and I want to give you Peggy. Catherine, she's saying here, don't doubt yourself. Be more positive with you. Show you are important. Show you that you have so much to give to the others. She was a lady that loved to cook because she's showing me cooking. And I feel she's got an old cooker. And I can see her, she's got a lamb's leg, and she's just put it into the oven, and she has just put another tin in the oven of roast potatoes. And she said the Yorkshire puddings come last. She's just made homemade mint sauce. She's chopping the mint up. She's put a spoonful of sugar, and then she's added the vinegar, and she's allowing it to ferment, ready for dinner. She never made anything that the family didn't like. You must also understand the name of Michelle or Shelley. She just said to me about trusting yourself on your own pathway. She said, you are strong, you are ready to move, but she said, always love you, yourself. I also have a gentleman with you now, and he's given me the name of Roger. I know Roger is there around you. So whether it's this gentleman or someone around you, but I want to give you Roger. And I also want to give you Michael. And I also want to give you also the name of felt Arthur. This gentleman said he left the women to the women's work, and he went outside and did the men's work. Morning, Patrick. He's telling me here that by being in his own space, he could do more things. He would mend things. He would do things for others. And I know as he's talking to me that he had a stroke before he passed to the spirit world, or he had an aneurysm. And I want to say the left-hand side. He said right to the end, he liked to help, but he couldn't talk very well at the end, he's saying. He's saying here that he loved to grow vegetables for the family, and he loved to grow flowers for friends. And I feel his flowers were dahlias, and I can also see as well chrysanthemums. He is so much in love with you, he's saying. I love you to pieces. And I know that although you're in your own space, you are still missing, your husband. Because I felt my husband, and that's how I know it was something to do with love. He's just brought you some beautiful chrysanthemums, and they're all different colours. And I know September is important to you. He just wants to say, time to let off steam. Don't let them others push you back. Just do it for you, for nobody else, but for you. And once you've done that, you will know that you have got there in the end. Catherine, he loved you so much. And he's just saying how much. But my husband, he's been gone 4 months. And that doesn't seem the same. It was only like yesterday. And I feel you, Catherine, are the same. You only feel as though it was yesterday. But he's in a better place. And he said, he'll always be around you until the time you let go. And once you've let go, he'll be waiting on the sidelines. All right, sweetheart? But just take that love that's given to you. But I know at the end of the day, it's all about you. Yeah, lots of pains as well. The pains take precedence over things. But I know I've got my husband with me because I've just had a ring done with his ashes. So he'll always be with me until the day of my passing. So today, it's my time, my finish. But at the end of the day, thank you all for being here. And can I just say I'll be back on Prism of Light tomorrow dinner time. And also I'll be back on here on Wednesday at 4 till 5. So take things easy, everybody. Enjoy your days. And I'll talk to you later.